Hey guys, Casual Gamer 84. Welcome back to the game room. Today I'm going to do a 10 games a GameCube collector should have in their collection. Um, it's not like a top 10. It's not my 10 favorite. It's just 10 fun games I enjoy playing on the GameCube. They're not all exclusive to the GameCube. You can get some of them on other platforms. There's just something fun about playing these games to me on the GameCube. Uh, there's a variety too. They're not all super expensive. I mean, when it comes to GameCube games, they're not super expensive. GameCubes went way up the last couple of years. But I think there's some few budget titles in here that are also fun to play. And I also have one accessory that every GameCube collector should have. So guys, if you want to find out what this is, what the games are, what the accessory is, stick around. Alright guys, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through 5 of the 10 games, then talk about the accessory, and then go through the last 5 games. These are in no particular order. In fact, I set them spine side up, or open, opposite spine side up, I guess. I don't know what you would say. To where I couldn't see what the game was. Shuffled them around, so they're in no particular order at all. But the first one is Freedom Force. It is a third-person shooter by EA Games. And it's a fun little third-person shooter. I'll put some gameplay up here somewhere, and I also put the price somewhere, what it's going on price charting at this particular point in time on the screen somewhere, so you can see. But it's a fun game. You know, I grew up playing as far as like 3D games go, third-person shooters, like Siphon Filter, Splinter Cell, Resident Evil, although the mechanics are a little better on this than Resident Evil, and a few other ones. So this one really just kind of says, yeah, it's a fun little game. So definitely check that out, and it should be in your collection. So the next one is this was actually a Goodwill find, believe it or not. And it's hard to find GameCube stuff at the Goodwill, but Ultimate Spider-Man. I'm a Spider-Man fan. I wouldn't say that I'm a Spider-Man fanboy. I just like the art style of this one. And again, this is not exclusive. It is available on other platforms. But I just enjoy playing it on the GameCube more than I do the other platforms. So, I mean, it's a Spider-Man game. I think the mechanics are decent enough. I like the art style. And it was actually the winner of the E3 People's Choice Award, I'd assume, in 2001, 2002, because I think this is when this game came out. But Ultimate Spider-Man, GameCube. Definitely check it out, and you should have this in your collection. The next one is probably my favorite GameCube game. And truth be told, it's one of my favorite games of this series. I don't know that it's the favorite. It's kind of one of the things that goes back and forth. Legend of Zelda, Twilight Princess. Now, this one is an expensive one now. But it is it's just a fun game. It's got a completely different feel to it than any of the other Zelda games that I've played. First playthrough, I didn't like turning into a wolf, but the more I played it, I kind of enjoy it. And it's a graphical upgrade from Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask, obviously. Really fun game. It obviously is a Nintendo exclusive, although it's not exclusive to the GameCube, they done an HD remaster of this game for the Wii U. So you can play that way if you don't have a GameCube or whatnot. But if you're collecting GameCube, definitely have this one in your collection. It's a lot of fun, worth playing. The next one, so that's 3. So the 4th one is another Nintendo exclusive. And I don't think it needs an introduction. I don't need me to tell you anything about it. That's Mario Kart Double Dash on the GameCube. Very fun game. I like the Double Dash, like the 2-player mechanics of this game. I'm not big into racers, but the Mario Kart games are always a lot of fun. There's 2 versions of this. There's Mario Kart Double Dash, and then you have Mario Kart Double Dash with the bonus disc. Bonus disc is a little more expensive, and all it is some game demos and stuff, which are fun to play, fun to have. But just to play the game, you don't necessarily need this copy of it. You can save a few bucks and get the Mario Kart Double Dash by itself. But another good game, definitely should be in your collection. Now this next one on the list is a game that I, for whatever reason, I really enjoy this game, and I think it's just kind of because of what I mentioned with Freedom Fighters, and other games that are third-person shooters. This is a third-person shooter. I'm trying to pull it up. So I can kind of run down the list of voice actors in here. Because they kind of went all out with this one. Here we go. Alright, so it is not exclusive to the GameCube, but it is a really fun game, and in fact I have it on all platforms. I prefer to play it on the GameCube, and I also prefer to play it on Xbox 360, and that is Gun. I love some westerns. I'm a Red Dead fan, whether it's Red Dead Revolver, Red Dead Redemption 1 or 2, or Gun. I like this game. It's third person shooter, western style. The voice acting though is crazy. You've got Thomas Jane, Lance Hendrickson, Ron Perlman, Chris Christopherson, Tom Skerritt, Brad Dourif. You've got quite a few big actors voicing characters in this game. It's just a lot of fun. So this should be in your collection. Give it a shot. I think you'll enjoy it. So now, since I went through 5 games, the accessory that every GameCube collector should have. This is probably an easy guess, and that's the Wavebird. I love the Wavebird. I have 2 of them. They're great controllers. I like the GameCube controller just because it's different. I wouldn't say it's the best controller. It's a very, very comfortable controller to hold, though. Um, but the Wavebird. And if you don't know, the Wavebird is a wireless controller. Now you do have to have a receiver for it, and these are getting up there in price. But you can have up to 16 controllers plugged in. And working them if it's possible through whatever means you can configure controllers. But there's 16 channels on here, and you would just set the channel on your receiver and the channel on your controller the same, and it works. This does also work with the Wii. Those, of course, that are backwards compatible with the GameCube, because you have to have the GameCube controller port. It does work with the Wii as well. So yeah, if you don't have a Wavebird, I highly recommend getting one. Definitely worth it. So let's go back to some games. Number 6, and again, these are in no particular order. Metroid Prime. I wouldn't say that I'm a huge first-person shooter fan. There's some first-person shooters that I do like. But Metroid Prime is a first-person shooter set in that world. It's a fun game. I'm not sure what the price is on this one, but I would imagine with all the hype coming up of potentially a Metroid 4, and then with Metroid Dread just coming out, that is probably spiked a little bit. I don't know. You can see the price on the screen right now. But definitely recommend this one. I recommend having it in your collection if you are a GameCube collector. This next one is actually a recent, not a recent find, but a recent discovery, if you will. My boy Dink was stuck on a part of this game. I couldn't figure it out, and it's I guess they remastered it or re-released it on the Switch. And I picked it up a while back and never played it. And that is Sphinx, the Cursed Mummy. I don't believe this is only on the GameCube either. I think it's cross-platform. And of course they've re-released it evidently on the GameCube. But this is a fun 3D platformer. I helped him get through the part that he was stuck on. So then I popped it in the GameCube because I already had it and played it a little bit, and I really enjoy this. So I think this is a relatively budget-friendly title. So I definitely recommend Sphinx and the Cursed Mummy in your GameCube collection. This next one, it's a fun game. Don't get me wrong. A lot of people say that it's the best 3D platformer in this series. I don't agree with that. It is a really good game, though. But again, I'm not big on the 3D platformers in this series. I prefer the 2D platformers, and that is Super Mario Sunshine. Don't get me wrong, super fun game. And of course, it is exclusive to Nintendo. Not necessarily the GameCube now, because you can get the 3D All-Stars collection I played on the Switch. But it's a lot of fun. There's a lot of different mechanics in it, stuff that we hadn't seen before, and it was really kind of groundbreaking. The way the different stuff worked and things when it came out. But if you like Mario, you like 3D platformers, you'll like this. And all things considered, I think it's still relatively affordable. I would say mid-range GameCube game as far as price goes. But it's a lot of fun, and it should be in your collection. This next one, I think it's cross-platform. But I'm kind of a sucker for superhero style games. And this next one I just really enjoy playing on the GameCube, and that is Teen Titans. So if you're even remotely interested in Teen Titans, DC Comics, or anything like that, I think this is a fun fun little game. It's a lot like the X-Men Legends games of this era. A lot like the Marvel Ultimate Alliance games in a way. But it's a lot of fun. Definitely, I think it's worth picking up. And I don't think it's relatively expensive either. But yeah, definitely one to put in your GameCube collection. This last one is Nintendo exclusive, and it was a launch title with the GameCube, and that is Luigi's Mansion. So if I'm not mistaken, this was the first time that a Nintendo console came out and did not launch with a Mario game. Instead, it launched with a Luigi game. It's different from anything we had up to this point. It's a lot of fun. I enjoy it. I've enjoyed the third one on the Switch. I didn't really play the one on the 3DS a lot, but this one definitely one to have. If you're a GameCube collector, you're going to have the Mario staples and the Nintendo first-party games. But definitely, if you're kind of off-put that it's not a Mario game or something like that, definitely check it out. It's a lot of fun, and I recommend it. So guys, that is 10 GameCube games that I think every GameCube collector should have in their collection. Again, it's not a definitive list. It's not a top list. It's not my favorites. It's some good games that every collector should have. If you think there's some games that I didn't mention here, then comment them down below. It's always good and fun conversation like that. Obviously, there's a bunch more games. And if I would have just stayed here and done a 20 or 30 or 50 games you collector should own, then we would be here for an hour. And I don't want to do that. So guys, go out there, hunt some GameCube games, find you a Wavebird controller if you don't have one, have some fun. Also, if you've not already done so, hit that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate that. Ring that bell for notifications. You'll be notified when I post a video for you. Hey, and if you like the video, hit that like button. Guys, until next time, we'll see you.